Okay.
Just give me a countdown. So
3, 2, 1.
Day 4 wrap up here at SEC Football Media Days in Atlanta. He is Jimmy Hyams. I'm Vince Ferrara. Of course, today was Tennessee's day. Auburn and Texas A&M talked today too. What, Texas A&M got a break. A lot of media left. Tennessee lingered on because of some travel issues coming in with the bad weather, and so I think Jimbo Fisher caught a little bit of a break. But we'll talk about them next week. But the focus here is Tennessee with Josh Heupel, Cedric Tillman, Hendon Hooker, and Trayvon Flowers representing the University of Tennessee. Jimmy, just first some big picture thoughts on how Tennessee overall did today.
I thought the players did a great job in visiting with the media, and I thought they handled themselves well. A couple of storylines that came out of that Cedric Tillman and Hendon Hooker went up to New York City, Wall Street, visited with some business people up there. Said they got a lot of value out of that. Hendon Hooker talked about how rewarding it was to go to Peyton Manning Passing Academy. Trayvon Flowers is from Atlanta. He said he never dreamed that he would be representing Tennessee in football in Atlanta at media days. He was more inclined to go the baseball route. He didn't play basketball. He then went out for football and said his mom told him she didn't want him playing football because she didn't want her baby to get hit. But he ends up being a really nice player representing Tennessee. I thought that was a really cool story to have Trayvon Flowers in Atlanta, his hometown, and that meant a lot to him. And then the Cedric Tillman story. He said that he encourages people not to enter the transfer portal. Now, what's interesting about that is quarterback did enter the transfer portal and went up at Tennessee.
Right.
But Tillman's point was stick it out. And I asked Tillman, I said, well, do you think you were late bloomer? Do you think you were overlooked? Do you think that the system is the reason you prospered? He said maybe a little bit of all three, which I thought was an interesting answer. But yeah, I thought the Tennessee players accounted well for themselves.
Hey, he thought about leaving after just having a tough start to his career, but then after seeing that he was an offensive coach, talking to Coach Heupel, decided to stick it out. I thought Trayvon Flowers was interesting too, Jimmy. As you know, the defense, one of the biggest questions about this football team, and I think you were there when I asked him about the cornerbacks, who the top candidates to replace Vontae Taylor and Theo Jackson in the secondary missed spring practice. So he said, yeah, you guys are going to be shocked at what you see from that group of linebackers. He sounded pretty positive about that.
Yeah, and like
quarterbacks, I should say.
And like Christian Charles, who got moved from safety to the corner in the spring, and is a really good athlete. And they have some other athletes there that need to come through. Look, one deal is that Burrell needs to regain his confidence.
Right.
But they got Rucker, they got a lot of bodies in the secondary, but they don't have that many proven players. But as you mentioned, Flowers was really high on some of those guys, and he thinks that they're going to do a nice job. Look, it's going to be tough to replace Alontae Taylor. It's going to be tough to replace Theo Jackson, but Flowers feels like they've got enough athletes back there to do a competent job.
And then from a fashion standpoint, we saw the Burberry shoes on Trayvon Flowers, photos of that and video of that on our social media account, Sports Animal 991, and then the bow tie of Hendon Hooker. What's the background with that, Jim?
Yeah, he said that that's a family tradition. He said he's worn a bow tie ever since the 7th grade, and that's all he's worn is a bow tie since then. That's something that his dad did and imparted with the rest of the family. So it was interesting to see him in a bow tie. He was styling. Yep.
So bunch of one-on-ones with Jimmy, with Eric Kane, plus in multiple rooms, audio and video, all of that at 991thesportsanimal.com. Go to the central page, and we're going to top 150 podcasts from this week, over 100 videos, incredible amount of content there, lots of photos as well. So hope you enjoy that and keep going back to it and checking it out, learning about the rest of the league, because it matters when you're looking at the University of Tennessee. Thanks to the hard work of everyone. Jay Lyford, always our MVP, Eric Kane, the man Jimmy Hyams, and myself, Vince Ferrara. Thank you all for taking in all our content this week. Continue to do so. Thanks to everybody back in our studio that helped us out as well. Riley, Chandler, Tommy, Sam, Chris, all those guys. Thanks to everybody for helping us out this week in our coverage. And then our sponsors too. Go to our central page, support them, and thank them for helping us get here to Atlanta. That'll wrap it up for #SECMD22. For Jimmy Hyams and Jay Lyford, I'm Vince Ferrara. Thanks for watching.